Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing great. Today we are diving into something super important, something that affect all of us even if we don't realize it. Trust me, it's more interesting than it sounds. So let's get into the video. All right, I have a quick question for you guys. Have you ever slipped in a supermarket and thought, "Wait a second, can I sue them for this?" That's my friends is tort law in action. What is tort law? Now, tort law isn't about crime like murder or theft. No, that's a criminal law. Tort law deals with civil wrongs. Think of it like this: someone does something wrong that hurts you, maybe physically, emotionally, or even financially, and now you are asking the law to step in and fix it, not by punishing but by compensating you. That's what tort is all about. In fact, the whole idea behind tort is this: if someone twists your rights, the law helps to untwist the damage by compensating you. Here, the word tort actually comes from a Latin word tortum, which means twisted or wrong. So basically, tort law is about untwisted those wrongs with money, not jail time. This will make more sense with the examples. If a person slip on the wet floor in a store that lacked proper warning sign, they can file a claim for negligence against the store owner. If a defective product causes injury, the manufacturer or seller can held liable under strict liability torts, or if someone dogs bites another person due to the owner's negligence, the injured party can file a tort claim. So yeah, those were some everyday examples, and now it's probably make a lot more sense, right? Now let's dive a little deeper. What is tort? Okay, let's break this down nice and easy. A tort is a civil wrong. It is not a breach of contract. It is not a crime, but it still cause some kind of harm or loss to the person. And the law says a law does not allow this. You deserve compensation. But hold up, for something to legally count as a tort, three things must be there. That is the essentials of torts. The first one is a wrongful act, something that's legally wrong, not just morally wrong. The second one is legal damage, the violation of your legal right, not just getting your feeling hurt. Legal remedy, the court must be able to offer you some actual relief. If there is no remedy, well, then there is no tort. Simple as that. Now, let's clear up a common confusion. What's the difference between tort, crime, and contract? Here's a quick comparison. A crime is a wrong against the society. So the state step in and punish the person. Here the state means government. The second one is a contract. A contract is a deal between two people. If one breaks the deal, the other can sue. A tort is a personal wrong, like if someone crash your parked car or spread false rumor about you, you sue them for a damage. The next slide is about principle of liabilities. So when exactly is someone liable in tort law? Let's make it super practical. The first one is fault based liability. If I'm texting while driving and hit someone, that's negligence. Here I was fault, I'm liable. Second one is strict liability. Even if I wasn't careless, say I store chemicals or dangerous chemicals, they leak and cause harm, here I'm still liable. Why? Because that activity is just inherently risky. The final one is vicarious liability. Even here the phrase the boss pay for the team's mistake, right? If an employee caused damage while doing their jobs, like a delivery guy causing accident, the employee can held liable. Okay, that's bring us to the next big thing. You need to know the types of tort. All right, let's meet some of the usual aspects with real life examples. First one is intentional tort. When someone does something on purpose that cause harm to another person, it's not an accident, it not carelessness. It is a deliberate action, and the law says that it is not okay. Punching someone in the face, that's a battery. Locking someone in a room, that's a false imprisonment. And of course, negligence, like forgetting to fix a broken stair or and someone strips, yeah, that's a negligence. And third one, now let's talk about something called strict liability. That's one is a bit different. Here the person is held liable even if they didn't mean to cause harm, or even if they weren't careless. Wait, what? How that fair? Well, strict liability applies when someone is doing something inherently dangerous and something goes wrong. Means the law says if you are carrying out a risky activity, you could take full responsibility for the consequences. Even if you took all the precautions, your factory leak toxic gas or people get hurt. Even if it was an accident, you are still liable. That's the deal. And other common thoughts are defamation, nuisance, trespass. Defamation, saying false things that ruin someone's reputation. Nuisance, blasting uh, music at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and keeping the whole building awake. Trespass is walking into someone's land without their permission. When we are coming to the remedies, what do you get? So, someone wronged you. What can the court actually gives you? First one is damage, money. That's the most common one to compensate your loss. And injection. The court tells someone stop doing that. For example, like making a noisy factory shut down at night. And the third one is specific restitution. Basically, it give it back. If someone took your property, the court can make them return it. The next one is defense. How people escape liability. Alright, what if you are the one being sued? Is there any way out? Is there any way? Yeah, by using these terms, you can escape. Voluntary non-fit injuria. You know the risk and still agreed. For example, you join a boxing match, get punched, and try to sue. No, you agree to the risk. The second one is act of God. A natural disaster like a crazy flood or earthquake causing damage. If it was truly beyond human control, you might not be liable. The third one is inevitable accident. You did everything right, but something bad still happened. Like a healthy tree suddenly falls and damage a car, not your fault if it wasn't foreseeable. The next slide is about real life stories. Time for some legal storytelling. The next slide is about real life stories. The first case law is Donahue vs. Stevenson, 1932. Here the case is a woman find a dead snail in her ginger beer. She didn't even buy it. Her friend did, but she still sued and won. This case gave us the idea of duty of care. The second case law is Ryland vs. Fletcher, 1868. This case is about built a water reservoir. It burst and flooded his neighbor's land. The court said, if you bring something dangerous onto your land, you are liable if it escapes. That's a strict liability. And the third case is M.C. Mehta versus Union of India, 1987. An industrial gas leak in India harmed thousands. The court said if you run dangerous industry, you are absolutely liable. No excuse, no defense. So, why should we even care about tort law? Because it's everywhere. From slipping on the wet floor to be defamed online to your neighbor's noisy parties, the tort law is the thing that helps keep people accountable. And with the rise of the things like cyber defamation, AI errors, and environmental issues, tort law is evolving so fast. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and take care. Bye.